Okay then. So I'm making another little broadcast. If people are interested to to the main thing is to try to promote the Wednesday Vigil, Wednesday Vigil, which is again is between 2 o'clock and 3:30. So in front of the House of Parliament on the right hand side of the big black carriage entrance. And so I try to make it kind of just 1 hour and a half because I know the kind of activism is not everyone cup of tea. So to make it kind of light and not too heavy, and then if people are interested in chatting with fellow victims or fellow targeted individuals. There's plenty of opportunity afterward. This ends fairly early in the day at 3:30. So they actually, so to let everyone know in advance, is that the idea is to go to the Wesley Cafe, which is inside Westminster Central Hall, which is a building which is not part of the House of Parliament. Um, is at the other end of the square, the Parliament Square, and is it's fairly easy to find. It's, at the Wesley Cafe is a spacious cafe which is in the basement of Westminster Central Hall. So I will encourage everyone to come along. I know sometimes people say, "Oh, I have all my problems, and so why? That's not going to solve anything for me, or all the rest of it, blah blah blah." But even by the fact of you get out, you get a bit of fresh air, you meet fellow target individuals, and you know I bet you, even if in the beginning, in the early afternoon, you may feel a bit reluctant to come and stuff, and I'm pretty sure that after being there and and in the fresh air and everything, you're feeling empowered and talking to fellow target individual. When you leave to go home or whatever, you probably feel more energized and more positive and more optimistic about things. So I will encourage everyone, a target individual, to come along. I know some people maybe feel a bit like, despondent and think, oh, what is it going to do for me, and blah, blah, blah. But you come there, get a bit of fresh air, you get a walk, and, I don't want to sound patronizing, but I'm sure by the end of it, you probably feel more energized and positive and, interested in activism, more interested in doing things with our target individual, more interested in coming to meeting, etc., etc. That's what I believe, honestly. So that's my personal experience anyway in doing activism and for many years and stuff. So those are the 10 other things about activism. I decided not to bother with the thing on Tuesday, next Tuesday, the 5th of February, which there is this meeting at the Emmanuel Center in front of the Home Office in Marchmont Street about surveillance capitalism, because there is already too many things going on. So I don't want to, overwhelm people with too much stuff and things. So let's see uh, how things goes on things go on Wednesday, and then there's the thing rather on the 1st of February, Friday, the 1st of February, the Big Brother Watch people, which they have an office. Their office is actually very close to the House of Parliament also. Um, they organized this because there is going to be, to make a long story short, they're going to be the Metropolitan Police. They're going to have another one of their little experiment with the facial recognition. So what they do, they choose a venue like maybe Wembley Stadium. I think there was the previous one in coinciding with some sporting event, and they For 1 day or 2 days or a few hours, they conduct some experiment with facial recognition of the people attending the event. The people attending the event, they don't have any idea that they're being used as guinea pig anyway. But well, I mean, you know what is going on anyway. But so I think they did one. The previous one was around Wembley Stadium, and basically they apparently it is. Big Brother was saying that the amount of money being spent so far in this kind of experiment amount to £200,000, whilst there's any number of fire station and hospital closing down every week. I don't know how many, but quite a few. And so, they say that basically, apparently, the Wembley experiment was a bit of a fiasco because they seem to recognize any number of wanted people, but through facial recognition. But then they turned out that almost everyone was the wrong person. It was a bit of a fiasco. Then actually, that caused a few problems for the people who were wrongfully recognized as criminal, as wanted criminal, etc., etc. So there was they get some interference with their own peaceful and law-abiding life. So all these people had nothing to do with anything. So it was a bit of a fiasco. Now they want to repeat the fiasco, basically, squander a bit more of taxpayer money. Whilst they decimated all public services and everything, legal aid, 40,000 police officers have been taken out of the street since 2008 and the rest of it. So we have all this knife crime and acid attacks and things. But so they plan to find a way of squandering a bit more of taxpayer money, and they are going to have a 2-day experiment between, I think it was Thursday, the 31st of January, and Friday, the 1st of February, in a location which has not been announced yet. They're probably going to announce it at the last moment. And so that's maybe a bit worthwhile to, there's this thing on Wednesday, Friday is very close to Wednesday. So there's not a lot of time for people to take a breather or anything, but because it's a one-off thing which is quite important, and I was told maybe going there on the second day, once we know the location of the experiment, join the Big Brother watch people there for a couple of hours on the second day, so not to make it too heavy. And so to give us the opportunity, to leaflet to members of the public, but mainly to outreach to the Big Brother watch people, which is probably fairly like-minded, even though they're probably not targeting individuals, they're probably fairly like-minded people. They have some understanding of the stuff going on with the deep state. So spending a couple of hours there and spending a couple of hours there and and leave it to members of the public, but also give some of our literature to this Big Brother watch activists. Then again, let's see how things goes on Wednesday. I don't want to organize too many events with the risk that then no one is coming to any of them. So I mean, let's see how many people are turning up on Wednesday. And I'm thinking, we don't know. No one knows. The Metropolitan Police probably knows, but no one else knows the location of this future experiment on Friday. So let's see until people announce the location. Let's which probably maybe some sporting venues, some gigs, some whatever, and then maybe decide if you want to maybe calling over a few people over the phone if you want to do something on Friday, and that's it for regarding events. And then next Wednesday, hopefully, we are going. The one thing will be difficult because people. There is we think of being. I try to organize a thing for a while, and now it's probably a bit difficult to get any number of people back. But let's see how things develop. I think is I've been doing things on my own for a few months, and but it's not the right way of doing things. I think that no matter how difficult it may turn out to be, I think I need to try to involve other people because we have London, which is arguably maybe say London is the arguably the world capital for targeting. I mean, it's the targeting capital, the targeting capital of the world, arguably, possibly, in terms of. So it seems a bit perverse that that we don't have anything going in terms of people meeting face to face and doing things together. And I think I tried a bit with meeting recently. It was not entirely a failure. There was a few people coming, including Kieran O'Reilly, which is a high-profile peace activist, which is known very well known all over the world as a peace activist and one of the leading figure in the campaign to free Julian Assange and stuff. So it was not a success, it was not a failure, but I think actually the thing to do, it may be counterintuitive because it's more difficult to get people involved in a protest like that is to get people involved in a meeting. So it may be a bit counterintuitive, but I think actually the best way to get people together is to get them together as some sort of visual protest. Yeah, because that's it's a gut feeling I have. It's probably better to forget about meetings for a while and then just to focus on a weekly House of Parliament vigil. And then people, it's not too heavy. It's not too heavy. It's only 1 hour and a half. People can come at any time, even toward the end. They don't have to come at the beginning. They come anytime they want. Usually I carry with me a lot of placards and literature, so people don't need to worry about that. On the other hand, if they feel like there is something specific they want to draw attention to, they're super welcome to make their own placard, their own leaflet. Placard, you take only a piece of cardboard and a felt pen to make a placard. So I mean, if the people say something they want really to express something, they're super welcome to use their own leaflet, their own literature. Otherwise, I bring along quite a bit of stuff myself. So and then if people are interested in meeting, there's plenty of opportunity afterward to go to a local cafe and have a coffee. If people want to have a bit of food. And to have a chat and to talk and to have a meeting. So yeah, I think the way to go is to try to have this at the moment the Parliament is going to be sitting for quite a while, more or less until the middle of April. There's going to be a small interruption in February, but most of the time they're going to sit almost continuously until the mid-April. So that gives us quite a platform to to spread awareness, to make up, because everyone pretends we don't exist, that what they're doing to us doesn't exist. So a platform to to let people know that we do exist, that's what it's been doing to us, it's totally real. So until mid-April the Parliament is sitting. Yeah, so this broadcast, I may have to terminate it rather abruptly at some point because I expect a few people to come to see me. So, but I thought, I was looking at the Facebook event. There is some interest for the event, but not possibly as much interest as I was hoping for. So, and it's a bit strange because London must be the targeting capital of the world. I think in terms of number of people being victimized and stuff. I'm not going to say anything against London. I mean, I love London in many ways, but more like a kind of love-hate relationship, really. But I've been living in London for 30 years, and some more like some sort of love-hate relationship with London. But it's very likely that London is the targeting capital of the world, so it seems a bit perverse that it's so difficult to get people involved or willing to meet other people in person to take part in initiatives and stuff. So. But I decided because I've been through all this stuff before. We have all the different side of it. We have successful meeting in the past, a friend meeting house in Houston with up to 25 people. Then we have a number of successful protests, including one at the BBC last year in February, and there was 25 people there. Then in front of Parliament a couple of times there was 15 people. So, and then people stopped coming for no reason whatsoever, because there was no provocation or anything causing that. So people just stopped coming. Nothing happened. People stopped coming. So I've been through all the up and down before. So now I know what all the ups and all the downs, and I think what I'm going to do now, I'm going to have this Vigil. Regardless of how many people are going to join me, I'm going to carry on having organizing a joint Vigil, including organizing every week a Facebook event. So I noticed now a lot of people coming, no one coming. I've been through all the up and downs, and I know. So now I'm going to organize every week, and I hope a lot of people are going to come. If no one is going to come, I will keep organizing it on Facebook and etc. etc. So I think I may have to actually to end this. As I said before, there is probably possibly a few people coming to see me at the moment. They're probably coming now, so I will have to unfortunately interrupt this broadcast.